The 2016 BMW M2 by Dähler Design Technik GmbH. Imagine you owned a BMW M2 and for some reason, the compact performance car's abilities just doesn't match up with your expectations. Maybe you should have gotten an M4 instead, or maybe you just need to meet the fine folks over at Dähler Design Technik GmbH. The second scenario is more ideal because the Swiss tuner has a program that will address your concerns right away. Instead of simply tuning the M2's N55 3.0-liter inline-6 engine, Dahler is actually offering to take out the engine entirely and swap with the M4's own S55 Turbo 6 engine and then tuning the new engine to produce 531 horsepower and 538 pound-feet of torque with a top speed of 199 miles per hour. That should be enough for the M2, right? The proposal is interesting to say the least. I mean, an engine swap? Not a lot of tuners offer that as part of a mainstream tuning package, so you have to give props to Dahler for even offering it. And in case you're not comfortable with your M2 engine getting replaced, the Swiss tuner also has what it calls the N55 Competition Line that's made up of a 3-stage tuning program that can put as much as 450 horsepower and 487 pound-feet of torque into the M2's N55 engine, helping the car reach a top speed in excess of 186 miles per hour. Outside of the menu of engine upgrades available to the M2, Dahler is also offering a few aero bits to the body of the car. There's also a new set of wheels and the expected suspension upgrades that are crucial in accommodating the work done on the engine. It may not be the most impressive tuning kit we've seen of the M2, but it's probably one of the most unique ones that are being offered these days. Continue after the jump to read the full review. Exterior. Exterior modifications on the BMW M2 are limited to a few aero bits and a new set of wheels. A black trimmed bumper and side vents are the standard add-ons, but Dahler is also offering a front lip spoiler, a new rear wing, and a set of 20 or 21-inch staggered wheels as added options. Interior. The program comes with interior upgrades, but Dahler didn't disclose the specifics of what those upgrades are. The tuner only said that it can dress up the cabin depending on the request of a particular customer. No photos were shown, but I assume that there's a lot of leather and Alcantara offerings included in the interior updates. Drivetrain. Dahler's engine upgrades for the BMW M2 covers plenty of detail, in part because the tuner is offering a variety of programs for the compact performance coupe. First, there's the N55 Competition Line, which is made up of 3 different stages, each with a specific increase in output. Level 1 sees the M2's 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-6 engine get an increased output of 408 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque, an impressive improvement from the engine's standard output of 365 horses and 343 pound-feet of torque, good enough to increase the top speed to 186 miles per hour. If those numbers aren't enough, the second level of Dahler's N55 Competition Line adds even more power into the mix to the tune of 430 ponies and 464 pound-feet of torque. Taking it another step further is the third level of this 3-stage engine upgrade program, which results in an output of 450 horsepower and 487 pound-feet of torque. Levels 2 and 3 of the N55 Competition Line also helps the M2 race to a top speed of over 186 miles per hour. This program brings the M2's performance numbers to an even higher plane, as shown by its ability to sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds to go with a top speed of 199 miles per hour. The variety is already there, but that's not the full extent of Dahler's tuning work on the M2's engine. The other program actually involves taking out the M2's engine and swapping it with the 3.0-liter twin-turbo 6 engine from the BMW M3 and M4 and then tuning that engine to produce 531 horsepower and 538 pound-feet of torque. This program brings the M2's performance numbers to an even higher plane, as shown by its ability to sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds to go with a top speed of 199 miles per hour. Another wrinkle to Dahler's tuning program for the M2 involves a track conversion that's aimed at stripping the sports coupe of any interior component deemed unnecessary in favor of adding a racing seat with a 6-point seat belt and a roll cage. Improvements on the track car's performance, chassis, and aerodynamics are also on the table as part of this unique M2 overhaul. Chassis and suspension. Plenty of work was put into the engine, so it's only fitting that Dahler complemented the increase in power with a fully adjustable coil-over suspension kit. Pricing. No mention of price was made for any of these tuning upgrades, so if there's an interested customer, the best way to do it is to contact the tuner directly. Competition. 2016 BMW M2 by Alpha N Performance. A handful of tuners have taken stabs at building kits for the BMW M2, and one of the most prominent of these aftermarket wizards is Alpha N Performance, which presented its own version of a souped-up M2 back in October 2015. Needless to say, the highlight of that kit was the engine upgrade, which featured an EVO-X multi-channel, chip tuning box and a water injection kit, all mixed into the M2's 3.0-liter, inline 6-cylinder engine. The result of that brewing is 480 horsepower, enough to give Dahler's own engine upgrades a run for its money. Alpha N Performance didn't specify the kind of performance numbers the M2 has post-tuning, but the numbers should include a 0 to 60 mph sprint time under 4 seconds and a top speed in the vicinity of 180 miles per hour thanks to the coupe's governor being removed. Read our full review here. Conclusion. Dahler may not be as famous as the AC Schnitzers and Apt Sportslines of the world, but that didn't appear to stop the tuner from piecing together an impressive tuning package that's grounded on giving customers plenty of options to choose from. All the elements are there for a proper tuning program, and that's really what matters here. Sure, it doesn't provide a ton of extra power, but for what customers receive, it provides enough improvements on the M2 to create a noticeable difference in the car's look and capabilities, which at the end of the day is why tuners are in this business in the first place. Love it. Plenty of engine upgrade options. Race car conversion sounds very interesting. Aero kit is subtle but effective. Leave it. No word on price. Other options available. Not enough details on the track conversion.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.